I'm 54 and I'm going to tell you what nobody told me when I was 30 years old, but I wish they would have. You're not behind. You're just exhausted from holding everything up by yourself. You don't have to earn rest. You don't have to apologize for wanting more. And you're not too late. You're just getting started. Stop waiting for permission to change your life. You don't need it. Some people won't make it into your next season, and that's okay. You can change your life radically in 5 years, but it starts with telling yourself the truth now. You can grieve the life you thought you would have and still build something better. God's not done with you. He's about to reroute everything. Take the trip. Leave the man. Wear the damn dress. You're still beautiful. You always were, even when you didn't believe it. Let the friendships fade. Let your body change. Let your priorities shift. That's not failure. That's becoming. And one more thing, that little voice inside of you that says, there has to be more. She's right. Just wait, sis. Your future self is gonna blow your mind. Hope that helps.
Don't be a Miss Know-It-All. Just because you old and been around, got some wisdom, doesn't mean that you have to school anyone. You're not their teacher. Doesn't mean you have to suggest something better than they're talking about. Remember to stay feminine, because a lot of ladies lose their femininity as they get older. They lose that femininity when they get older because they're so used to, telling people what to do. They're in charge. They have lots of responsibility. So they have to make sure to remember to stay feminine. I used to go out with my sister back in the day, and she had an older friend. But her older friend was beautiful. She was always the best looking one out of all of us. And we were at least 10 years younger than her. So it's because she took care of herself. She made sure everything was in place. She wore nice clothes. Her hair was always done. Took care of her, nails and skin. And she was really beautiful. The men would actually prefer this chick over some of the younger ones because she looked like she cared about herself and that she was, not like the regular women her age.
As a 30-year-old woman, here is a money mistake I will never repeat. I used to have one savings account. Everything went in there. Vacation money, emergency money, future plans, all of it. And anytime I needed cash, I'd pull from the same place. No question asked. When I started planning my wedding, guess where the money came from? That same account. I had no structure, I had no categories, just a savings account. And looking back, I regret it because if I had set clear goals, if I had assigned every dollar, I'd be way ahead financially right now. But that's in the past. Now my savings have names: emergency fund, travel fund, long-term growth. I follow the 50-30-20% rule, and that 20% does not float. It's locked in. If your money has no direction, it will disappear. Remember this: clarity is confidence, order is power. That's the red lip mindset.
I have to speak on this because this was literally me when I was a senior in high school, and it has haunted me to this day. And I'm now 30 years old. And I don't even regret the loss of identity and sense of self because that ended up being a huge learning lesson for me in my 20s. It's the fact that I'll never be able to go to track practice again after school and hang out with my friends and complain about how hard our workout is, or be in a show and be at rehearsal all day Saturday with my cast and just having the best time ever. Like, I can't be on a track team now. I can't do theater, and definitely not with the people that made it so special to begin with. Like, truly, the biggest curse of my youth was not being able to recognize all of the good things I had in my life.
I'm 53, and if you're younger than me, I hope you've already learned this. If not, please listen. Start paying attention only to how your life feels to you and forget completely about how it looks to others. It only matters how it feels to you. And if you want to protect your peace, that's what you have to do. Don't accept things you know you don't stand for. Don't make yourself smaller for anyone. And consider your thoughts. Every single day, consider your thoughts. Because the life you have right now today is an exact reflection of what you were thinking about 5 years ago. Look around. It was all a thought that you had at some point. Protect your peace, protect your thoughts. Don't let anyone matter more than you do to yourself. And that's a harsh statement. Your family would disagree. Your spouse might disagree. Your kids might disagree. Your coworkers might disagree. But you are the only person who is going to advocate for you. Make choices every single day that reflect who you truly are and who you truly want to be. And if the choice that you're considering doesn't match that, stay true to you. You'll be so much happier.
Things you're going to regret later. Taking your first relationship too seriously and thinking it's going to last forever. Thinking your situation is so different and nobody can understand it. Letting go of your hobbies without realizing it. Believing you have your whole life ahead of you, so there's no rush. Thinking that there's one big moment in life that's going to define everything. Life is a series of big moments. Every day defines things. Trying to be popular in school instead of focusing on your education. Worrying too much about if a person likes you and not even thinking about if you like them. Like, do you even like the person who they are? Did you think about that? Assuming that just because you can make the minimum payment that you can afford something. Overthinking your mistakes and not realizing that everybody makes them. Making sex the most important thing in a relationship. Spending too much time on social media instead of enjoying life. And I might regret that too. I don't know. Staying friends with toxic people just because you like them. Just because you like someone does not mean you need to be around them. If they're toxic, get rid of them. Life is long. Well, life is short and it's long at the same time. When I say life is short, I mean cherish every moment. When I say life is long, a lot of things are going to happen to you in your life that are going to define who you are, and that may change, and that's okay. Every day is a series of moment after moment where you can define yourself, and it's okay to change your mind or your opinion or anything about yourself. It's okay to completely redefine yourself. Anywho, love you.
To my girlies in their 30s, time isn't running out. It's not. Feels like it is. If you look at social media, oh my God, you're running out of time. It's not. It's not. Other people will make you feel like you're running out of time because they want everyone to do what they're doing so they feel better about their choices. There's no race, like there's no checkered flag at the end of life where they're like, she did it all. Extra stars for when you're dead. Your 30s, travel. Tell people how you really feel. Don't lie to your therapist. And be okay to not be okay. And be okay with missing out because staying in is more fun.
I'm turning 30 this week, and here's some things I regret from my late teens to my early, all my 20s. Hi, my name is Magali. I'm a first-gen immigrant from Querétaro, living in Orem, Utah. And one of the things I regret from my late teens is trying to grow up too soon. All I cared about was work and making money. I wanted to graduate early so that I could work, which was the stupidest idea. Not that it happened, because I couldn't juggle work and school at the same time. Okay, so I'm painting a picture. My family has always been a family of entrepreneurship. I always helped my family business. I opened up my own shop. my junior year in high school in the summer. So imagine an 18-year-old in high school opening up their own business. I would wake up early, go to my shop. I would serve my customer. I would close up and go to school. After school, I would go home, eat something quick, and then go back to my shop. I didn't go to football games. I didn't really hang out with friends. I pushed my friends away. I was just so focused in work. I thrived on being so mature because people would compliment me on that, like older people, like, oh my gosh, you're only 18 years old and you have your own shop. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, blah, 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 blah. And so I wanted to be so mature. So my friends would go out partying. I would be home reading some motivational book. I'd go to personal development conferences. Yes, they all helped me become who I am today, but I was just a kid. I regret trying to grow up so fast. I regret trying to be something I was not. I regret skipping stages, etapas. Like my 18, 19, 20, 21, like those were my years to like go out with friends, you know, explore new things. No, I just wanted to work. I wanted to work. I regret that. I regret not making more friends. I regret not being more social. I regret being so close-minded. I grew up LDS and I grew up in an MLM. So like I was very close-minded. Oh, you weren't LDS? Oh, I don't even want to see you. I don't like Herbalife. Oh, go away. You are the devil. Like I was in the cults of cults, like LDS plus MLM, like that's just like anyways, much love to my LDS peeps and MLM peeps, but like I was very toxic. Like my mentality was so toxic. Like no motivational book was gonna take out the toxic from my brain. I was a mess. Yeah, I was so into personal development, but I lacked so many things inside. I regret being so judgmental. I regret not being more open. I regret not being more accepting of others. Honestly, that's what kind of failed my first marriage. I got married too young, which was so stupid. Like, I got married, I think, at like 22, even though it was to my high school sweetheart, my junior high and high school sweetheart. You know, it was like a fairy tale story, but I wish someone would have been like, what are you doing? Like, for example, I remember like planning stuff for our wedding. I'm going on another time. I was planning stuff for my wedding. Like, he was at home playing video games. He didn't have a job. That's a red flag. Anyways, what are you gonna do? You know, it's my canon event. I mean, maybe we were never supposed to work out, but I was so judgmental. And like, I always pointed fingers at him like, oh, you're bad because you love to drink, you love to smoke, you don't like to work, like blah, 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 blah. But like, imagine your spouse not being supportive of you or always judging you. And if I would have been more open, more understanding, not so judgmental, like maybe we could have ended things in a better way and not like restraining orders and stuff. I regret that. Now that I'm turning 30, I see things different. Obviously, it takes years and experience to like get where you are mentally, but like I regret trying to be someone that I wasn't. I regret not allowing me to really be me. Like, who is Magali? Magali is nerdy. Magali loves funny stuff. Magali loves music. Magali loves eating. Magali loves traveling. I used to pretend I was like this fitness girl and like all nutrition, and like I hated working out. I hated eating healthy, but that was my job. I became so angry with like healthy stuff, and like for a couple years, like I didn't want to eat anything healthy. I stopped going to the gym. I'm barely back to the gym. Shout out to Ladder because they have amazing workouts. I finally feel motivated to go work out. Anyways, I always tried to be someone I wasn't. Like I would see these Miami girls like posting like they're making their protein shake. I wanted to be them so bad, but that wasn't me. I say I'm a gordita feliz. Like I love to go eat. I love to enjoy food. Food is so important to me, and I always restricted myself. I was always weighing myself. Like it was very toxic. So I regret trying to grow up too fast. I regret not making more friends. I regret being so judgmental and close-minded. I regret not doing what I loved or wanted to do. But it's just a little rant. There will probably be more of those in these days because, I don't know, I guess turning 30 makes you more emotional. If you are still watching this, wow, thanks.
This is what I wish I knew when I was in my 20s, as a woman who's now in my 30s when it comes to dating. If he does not thoroughly enjoy taking care of you, run. It should turn him on to please you. It should fill his cup to fill yours. If there is any sentiment that you are a burden, a chore, depleting him, what do you bring to the table, any of that, run. If he does not naturally make you a priority, next. If he has enough time in his day to use the restroom, if he has enough time in his day to eat food, he has enough time in his day to call you, to text you, to get back to you, to prioritize you. People prioritize what they want to prioritize. Someone raised on love cannot date someone raised on survival. Unfortunately, this is especially prevalent in Black communities where people had to grow up raising themselves in really difficult situations. If he does not get therapy and is at a point of healing to the point where he can recognize love and give love and process love, do not waste your time if you are raised on love. You can see a dog on the street, want to take them inside, but they can maul your entire family because they do not understand what love is when you reach out your hand to pet them. If he gets defensive when you express your truth, next. The wrong man will try to make it seem like whatever it is trivial. It does not even matter what it is. He could hurt your feelings because he wrote your name on a card with bad handwriting. It does not matter what it is. If you are feeling a way about it and you cannot talk to him and hear his empathy and compassion, and he does not have to agree to understand. He does not have to agree to show love and care and consideration. If he does not have that level of emotional intelligence and availability, move on. You cannot teach someone that. If he's aggressive with others, he's most likely going to be aggressive with you. If he cannot respect your boundaries, move on. That is a dangerous situation. If he cannot set boundaries with others, move on. This boy will have you feeling like the man in the relationship. If money is the number one metric that matters in his life, move on. You will never come first, and you are going to be seen as an expense. Let me know if I should do a part 2.
Always be the one that got away. When you are the one that got away, you realize that fear is a mile wide and an inch deep. So you leave the relationship and you realize, wow, that's what I was scared of. I was scared of being alone. It's actually peaceful over here. But when you are the one that stays, I have yet to see a woman who has stayed in a relationship after betrayal who hasn't become an absolute shell of herself. Because when you are forced to face the person who has betrayed you day after day, your body will go into survival mode. You go to bed at night, but you don't rest because rest requires peace. And how can you be at peace with a person who has you at war with your own nervous system? You once defined success by achieving your own goals and dreams, and now you only dream within the confines of what his life and ego would allow for. If being with a man requires you to sacrifice your own potential, your own happiness, baby, it's not for you.
Today is my 38th birthday, and I very often, in real life, probably not on this app because it's full of stunning people, get told that I look younger than I am. I have really looked after my skin. From the age of 20, I've done like a 1,000,000-step skincare routine. I've kept it out of the sun. I've worn SPF every day, right? I protected my skin, right? It paid off, I think. I do get Botox. It's kind of worn out now, but I do get Botox. That's the only thing I've ever had done to my face in terms of injectables or treatments or anything like that. My skin's doing her thing, right? I put in the work and she is grateful, she's happy, she's thriving. However, what I will say to you, look after your goddamn hair, kids, because my hair, whole different story. Now, I've not styled it or anything like that. Like, this is just literally rough dried from the shower, but usually my hair, glossy, silky, full, thick. I did not pay any attention to my hair when I was growing up as part of like keeping up with it as a routine because my hair was always nice. It was always thick, it was always glossy. I've always had grey hairs come through thick and fast. I've had grey hair since I was 18, so that's never really been a thing for me. Like, it is what it is, right? But the quality, the thickness of my hair, the amount of hair that falls out now with age has just drastically declined. And I realized it's because I've never really cared about it. I never used heat protection spray. I never used serums. I used like whatever shampoo and conditioner was on offer. Like, I did
not look after my hair. I just always expected that it would be the way it was because I never had to do anything with it. And I wish I'd put the same mentality that I put into my skin, which I'm super happy with and think personally looks great at the age of 38, than I did for my hair. Does that make sense? So basically I'm just on here, you know, morning of my 38th birthday saying, kids, look after your hair. Do your do your scalp serums, do your oils, like all of these things I'm doing now, and I'm hoping that it can like restore itself, but treat your hair the same way that you treat your skin. Like prevention is key and all that jazz. Over and out. Actually, one little side note, when it comes to prevention, I didn't get Botox till I was 32. So I had full on wrinkles before I had treatment for the wrinkles. I didn't do any preventative Botox. I know that's talked about a lot nowadays. As someone who is 38 and absolutely loves Botox, I think it's the best thing ever. I adore it. So I would say like, get it if you want it. I love it. But I didn't do any preventative Botox. I waited till I was 32 and then I started getting Botox.
This is my biggest regret about having kids later in life. So I had my first daughter when I was 34. I had my second daughter when I was 36. I'm now 37. And we waited to have kids intentionally. You know, it's something we talked about, prayed about, but I really wanted to be financially stable before we had kids. That was the main reason. I also wanted to travel and enjoy being married. So we were married almost 10 years before we had our children. And there's a lot to be said for waiting to have kids. There are many benefits like financial stability, maturity, all of those things, but this is my regret. I genuinely regret not having them sooner, and here's why. When you're a female, especially if you wait to have kids until your mid to late 30s, as you know, your risk of complicated pregnancies, birth defects, genetic disorders, those go up as you age. Your chances of getting pregnant goes down. And you're just more tired, you're more exhausted, and it's harder on your body. And the thing is, we absolutely love having kids. And I kind of have this feeling like if we would have had kids 5 years sooner or 10 years sooner, we would probably have another kid or two because we just love our children so much. And something that people don't talk about or tell you about having kids, and some people do, I guess, but it just gets better and better. Our 3.5-year-old is absolutely amazing. I know I'm biased because I'm her mom, but she has the coolest personality. She's so fun. She's fun to hang out with. And she's just like your little buddy that you want to do everything with. It's amazing. And she has her own personality. And it's honestly like the sweetest, most incredible thing. And I do think that our culture, especially in America, has fed this path to women that after college, you need to focus on your career for the next 10, 15 years and then maybe have a family. The focus is definitely not, you know, go to college and have kids and figure out career later. So I went down that path. You know, I had a very successful mother. She's amazing. She did incredible things with her career. I went down that path as well. Started my own business right out of college, did that for almost 15 years, built my career, had a lot of purpose, enjoyed what I did, but I can honestly tell you that nothing compares to the purpose, contentment, and joy that I experienced from being a mom and having children. And it's true, you only get so many eggs, you only have so much time. Women have this finite window where you can get pregnant and start a family, and it's worth it. Yes, you know, it is easier in many ways to wait so that you have that financial stability and maturity and a marriage and all of those things. And that's super important, but you don't get time back. That's the thing. So my biggest regret is that my husband and I did not have kids sooner because we both love being parents. And it's just different with him being 44, me being 37. It's hard to imagine having another baby so close together. So that is our experience having kids later in life. And I'm genuinely curious what you guys think.
If there is one financial regret I have in my almost 30 years of living, it would be spending $30,000 on a wedding. The wedding industry has all of us girlies in a chokehold, making us feel like we need to prove something to everyone around us and have this massive, expensive, beautiful wedding. I fell under that and became brainwashed and went from eloping and having something casual and under $5K to having this $30K wedding in San Francisco with only 50 people. At the end of the day, I look back at this and I think about how much of that money I could have used for something so much more valuable, like a honeymoon, investing, paying for our businesses that we're trying to grow, anything. I know it's wedding season right now and I just want to put this out into the universe, and if you're seeing this, it's probably a sign. If your wedding planning isn't about you and your spouse and it's about everybody else, don't do it. Just elope and save their money.
I need all the girls in their 20s and honestly, maybe even the teenage girls to hear this. When they say that things get better in your 30s, trust me, they are not lying. And I may be new here because I just turned 30 in February, so I'm only halfway to 31, but I'm already experiencing this. And I really feel like the mindset shift that you have at this age, like it can only come with the maturity of hitting your 30s. Like it can only come with getting to that stage of life where you're just like, I'm just done. I'm done caring. I'm done forcing anything. Like I am just prioritizing myself and my feelings. And it took me a really long time to finally feel free of a lot to do with friendships. Now, this is something I've experienced always in my friendships, was that like I've always been the friend who does whatever everybody else wants. Like I've always been a generous friend. And when I say generous, I'm not only talking about with money, I'm also talking about with like time and effort and energy and just like agreeing and like whatever everybody wants to do. It's like, okay, like that's what I do because I'm a good friend. And I always have felt like that's never been fully reciprocated back to me in honestly most of my friendships. Like there's always been an issue when it came to me. I could even think back to, I believe it was my 22nd birthday. It was one of those early 20s. And quite frankly, this is not the only time that I've had an issue on my birthday, but like it's just the one that has always stood out to me. After celebrating everybody else and spending hundreds of dollars on everybody else and going wherever everybody else wants to go. And I remember going out for my 22nd birthday, going out with all my friends to a sports bar, and with all the people that we've already celebrated, everybody else already, and we all were ordering drinks and like pitchers and food and whatever. And I remember it came out to $100 per person. $100 per person. Like, sure, that could sound like a lot of money, but when you're comparing to like what you've just spent for everybody else, including going here, going there, getting gifts for people, because that was always another thing too, is like, you know, we would always do things for other people and then get like that side group chat of like, by the way, we're also going to get so-and-so like a present. And like, you know, then you're spending even more money. And of course you can't be that person who's like, I'm not going to chip in for the gift. You can't be the only person doing that. So like, then you do it. Like you do the things even if you can't do it, you know? And I just remember everybody at that table making me feel like shit on my birthday, complaining that it's $100 a person. A few of the girls like going off to the bathroom to like talk about it in private. Like, you know, like I'm not an idiot. Like you could just read the room. Like people are looking at each other. People are leaving the table. Like people are having a problem. And like, I know one of the girls like overheard a conversation that was happening in the bathroom, and like, it just made me feel so bad because I'm like, wow, like everyone's complaining about spending $100 on my birthday. Now, as we have entered our 30s, this whole thing just feels like a recurring theme in my life, because while it's not about birthdays anymore, now it's about weddings and all of the things that come with weddings. And like, I have just like, I've been that friend for everyone, doing everything, spending every last dollar, investing not only money, but time, effort, energy. And then it's also my turn too. And I'm trying to plan like the smallest things. Like all I've ever wanted was to make everything like as convenient as possible for everyone else. Like I don't ask people to travel. I don't ask people to do anything like crazy for me, but even the smallest, most convenient things I could possibly do, there's a problem with everyone from every angle. Who doesn't have the money for this after I just spent thousands of dollars on them? Who doesn't have the time for this after I just spent weeks and weekends and so much time on them? Like, and I've just come to realize, like, I'm not even mad at anyone. I'm just free. I'm free of giving a fuck. I'm free of having the need, feeling, you know, and it's my own internal thing, because I could have declined all these plans and I could have declined everything like all my life, but like, I didn't want to. Like, I wanted to be with my friends. I wanted to do things. But now, as you know, I am in my 30s and I am getting married, I'm just free of feeling like that. And now I'm just like, I can't wait to say fucking no to everything moving forward. Like, I cannot wait for like this season and this era to be over. And then whatever comes next, my answer is no. Can't go. Don't have the time. Can't go. Don't have the money. I think when you're in your 20s and when you're in your teens, like you do feel that obligation to just like suck it up and do whatever, because like you don't want to be left out. Like you want to do, you know, you want to be with your friends and whatever. But like as you get older, you just you just don't care anymore. You're just so much more confident in yourself and your life, and you're like, whoever can reciprocate with me, cool, like great. And if you cannot match what I have given to you and done for you, like I just don't need it in my life anymore. Like you get to a point in your life where you're done forcing friendships. You're done. Like for me, it's like if this feels anything less than great, if it doesn't feel like it is working just like seamlessly and effortlessly, like then it's too much for me at this stage of my life. And like this does not even come from a place of like being mad at anybody. Like I feel great. I'm not upset with anybody. I don't need to have a conversation with anybody. It's not like I did this for you, so you should do this for me. It's just my own realization and my own feeling of like, I have experienced this enough in my life. I am done experiencing this. I'm taking notes. I'm collecting all of this evidence and data for myself. So now I know next time you expect something of me, what I'm going to do with that.
Looking back, when I was thinking of reaching the age of 30, I thought that everything would be figured out. I quickly realized that life doesn't necessarily make sense with age. It unfolds with every choice that you make. I really hope that this video was really helpful for you and that you were able to at least resonate with one or two advice that those lady gave. For me, the advice that I can give is to protect your peace, take care of your health, mentally, emotionally, physically. Stop pushing your dreams aside for later. Love wisely. Save, invest, and think about the woman you want to be in 10 years from now. Most importantly, choose yourself. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next video.